Hey guys, Verbal95 recording live from the local county prison cell. I normally don't wear a hood while I'm driving, but it's fucking freezing out. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep this thing on here. But yeah, so got another match for you today. This is one that I'm actually kind of excited about, because it takes a character I always thought deserved like way more recognition, even though they got their own, OVA, but whatever. And also a new relevant character. So it's not like I'm reaching that far to say that this could happen. It probably won't, because one of the characters is a little obscure by today's standards. Maybe in 2014 it would have happened or something. But anyway, so yeah, this is your Forger from Spy X Family, and Roberta from Black Lagoon. Have I done Revy in a? I thought I did Spike Spiegel versus Revy, but I don't know if I ever actually did that one. I might have to do that at some point. Anyway, so yeah, two not just killers, but like unstoppable killers disguised as innocent, who are they're monsters who kill for love, essentially, right? Let's try to get into it here. So I'm a lot less familiar with Spy X Family than I am Black Lagoon, but God, it's cold. So yeah, Yor is an assassin who is part of a staged marriage with Lloyd Forger and their adopted child Anya. And she is a very well-known assassin, a superhuman level assassin, by the code name of Thorn Princess. This is because of the kind of needles she wears in her hair that are very sharp, and she is deadly skilled with them and deadly accurate with them for using them for throwing weapons. But this isn't all she... that's not everything about her, because she is, like I said, superhumanly strong. I mean, she fights grown men several times her size without any issue, knocks them out, knocks them clear across rooms. She's been able to do a standing jump from a floor onto like a balcony, basically, in near instantaneously. She's broken swords with her bare hands. She's even in the movie when she fought a guy in a mech suit, she was dodging Gatling gun fire. She is superhumanly fast, and and a lot of this comes from just her work as a whole. It comes from like she just kind of becomes a heartless, cold killer. But with her family, she's kind of obtained a purpose, and that purpose is to continue living with her family, so she has to keep being an assassin. And that kind of drives her now. But like I said, she is she's a monster. She even Lloyd, who's a spy and an expert fighter, was fighting her and said she might kill me. So I mean, she's fought other mercenaries, masters, gunmen, all that sorts of stuff. So she is and she even apparently met Chun-Li once, so that's cool. I'm not gonna scale her to Chun-Li or anything, because that's a little far-fetched. That was just like an animation. But so unstoppable killer, like I said, but obviously the same can be said for her opponent as well, Roberta. So Roberta is she is a Colombian maid in service to the Lovelace family, and but that's just her current occupation, because her real job is to watch over their son, and the reason they picked her to watch over her son, or watch over their son, is because she is a former FARC Cuban assassin, right? Who has countless kills under her belt, and is a wanted global terrorist. She's actually given the nickname the Bloodhound of Florencia, because once she's given a target, she will scour till the end. She's like Boba Fett, Deathstroke, hell, and for more than one reason, she's referred to as the Terminator. She's referred to like the Terminator, right? Once you are her object of, when she is meant to kill you, you are going to be killed by her at some point. You are going to die. She will find you, right? She's been caught in the middle of explosions. She's been, she's broken guys' necks with her bare hands. She's survived being shot, being stabbed. She's hell, she got attacked with a chainsaw and used her guns to break the chain off of it. I mean, she's ridiculous. They said, you better, Dutch even said, like, you better treat her like she's a killer robot, and, don't try to fight her. Run, like, assume that everything we throw at her will not work. She's, she doesn't just come, like, she can kill you with her bare hands if she wants, but she does not come packing lightly. She carries machine guns with her. She uses a sniper rifle, like a high caliber sniper rifle that's meant to be held and carried by two men. Carries it by herself. If she's in her maid uniform, she keeps grenades on her under her maid's dress. In her shoes she has knives. She comes armed to the teeth, but she's shown that she's arguably more deadly. She fights to protect her young master, the loveless family heir. But she's even shown that she's that respect and devotion to her job is kind of what keeps her going. And she went on a godless rampage when she found out that the young master had lost respect for her. She went on a bloodbath with these people. Revi, she is considered equal to both Revi and Balalaika. Revi being one of the foremost best gunmen, in the world in Roanapur, and Balalaika being part of the what are they called, the Boskanovich group or whatever, Hotel Moscow, who are stated to have the manpower, experience, a group of about 7 or 8 people. They have the experience and the firepower to start, fight, and end World War III. They are not to be trifled with. Revi, Roberta, and Balalaika are talked about as the 3 scariest women on the face of the planet. So definitely not an opponent to be messed with here. So how do I see this fight going? Well, if we consider Roberta, if we're giving Roberta all her weaponry, right, we would assume that you know, she would have access to the, like I said, all the, you know, she would show up in her maid costume. But I think she wears the military stuff under it, so it's like not a big deal. But yeah, so Roberta would likely have all of her weaponry on her from the get-go, right? So she'd have access to grenades, machine guns, knives. You know, she'd get the, you know, what the fuck did I even say? Grenade. Did I say that? Yeah, grenades. I don't know if I said that originally. So you might think like, well, isn't that just a rap for Yor? Don't forget, Yor fights people with guns all the time. Like I said, she fought a dude in a mech suit and was dodging Gatling fire. So with that, in that regard, I think Yor definitely has the speed advantage and probably has the strength advantage too. Yeah, I think Roberta made like a dude's head explode or something, but Yor like launches people like, you know, across the length of a building, men fully, you know, multiple times her size. So I don't think it's unrealistic to say Yor probably has the strength advantage too. I think the biggest thing that so definitely speed advantage. So all those weapons aren't going to be like kill shots by themselves. It's definitely a diversity of offense. Roberta, I do think, has the durability advantage because we've seen Yor get hit really hard, and we've seen Yor, you know, get like cut up and stuff. But like again, Roberta's been hit by cars that exploded. She's, you know, been attacked with chainsaws. She's, you know, survived pretty much all of the bullets. Yeah. So I mean, the real is so. This might sound cliche that I'm, you know, taking these two combative opponents and saying like, well, I think the real issue is not necessarily in their skill set, but I think that's true. You know, the real factor I think to take into consideration here is that Yor is more consistently stable, right? Roberta, like I said, freaked out and went on a rampage in the OVA, the Roberta's Roberta's what's it called? Is it Roberta's Bloodbath? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, whereas Yor pretty much, I mean, Yor's gotten angry and like gone berserk on people, and she's gotten drunk and you know, fallen asleep mid-fight, but typically I would say Yor is more stable, and she's often more motivated, whereas Roberta, like I said, just became she became an animal basically. I mean, she was literally like, you know, having sex with guys before she killed them just because it was like, you know, it was animalistic behavior. You know, she became a complete demon and lost kind of any sense of reason. You know, her normal you know, devotion and her discipline just completely went away. And I think that Yor's not exactly smart per se, but you know, I think she'd be better. I think her being like more emotionally stable and more like, and her devotion actually gets stronger over time with, you know, her family rather than it being like a crutch for her, you know, because Roberta doesn't really have any like that's kind of the brunt of her character, is that she doesn't really have any purpose for living outside of being a killing machine other than protecting the young master, right? So we've seen that when that, you know, when her life is actually in danger, or when that, you know, motivation is no longer there, she just loses all control and becomes a mindless killer. Yor is a professional assassin regardless. She even said that, like, if I have to keep my hands bloody and I have to do this line of work, then I'll do it if it means I get to keep keep my family. Yeah. Also, another thing I really like about this fight is that they're like there's just other tiny similarities. Like, they're both actually terrible at being like like Roberta's actually terrible at being a maid, and Yor is terrible at being a housewife. Like, neither of them can cook or clean very well, but like they both that's their disguised life. But yeah, no, this is a good fight, but I think that gives Yor the advantage, that stability, and also, like I said, having the speed and strength advantage. It's just nothing that like any Black Lagoon character has ever met her with. Like, yeah, she's taken out like not literal armies, but she's taken out like groups of soldiers. So is Yor. I mean, she hasn't really accomplished anything that Yor hasn't. And she's never like there are some crazy like things she had. There are some like lunatics she has to fight in Black Lagoon, but again, she's never taken on a dude in a mech suit. She's never dodged Gatling fire. She's never dealt with someone who can kick you through a wall. She's never dealt with somebody as strong as her, right? Is the real thing. The closest being would be Revy, where they were just punching each other for a while. So yeah, I would say Yor takes this. But yeah, good fight though. Anyway, Verbal Engine 95. See ya.